Hey guys, this is Shanice, also known as your local paint shop, and I am back with another video. This video will be dedicated to what I wish cosmetology schools taught. Me being a former cosmetology student and a current cosmetology instructor, I do feel like I have an advantage to kind of talk on this a little bit more. So here goes nothing. I wish that they taught us how to build clientele, because I feel like in beauty school they don't really talk about it anymore. Or nowadays people who are coming in, they're only talking about social media, like how to build on social media. And a lot of times I believe that you should do a balance of knowing how to promote yourself on social media, but also knowing how to communicate and conduct yourself professionally in settings with people in it. Like, you don't want to be awkward. You don't want to have this online presence and then somebody meets you and you like Hermit the crab, like, or you like a little turtle and you just going back into your shell. The next one I would say is how to schedule clients. I feel like, of course, they are timing us on how to do services or how long it should take you, but they should also try to briefly describe like how they schedule their clients, especially if you don't have an assistant right away, or the salon that you work in doesn't have an assistant right away. They should tell you like, well, usually I schedule my clients an hour out from each other. Or are you one of those stylists where you don't have clients share an appointment time, meaning like if it takes you an hour and a half to do a silk press, then you're just with that client for an hour and a half, and then after that you take your next client. Those are things that I think that we should definitely touch on in cosmetology school. How to look for a salon home. This is really important because I don't think they discuss that. Like, when I go into a salon, what am I looking for? Like, am I looking for a color scheme? Am I looking for, are they trendy on social media? Am I looking for if they're polite, or do they have a dress code, or are they welcoming to ethnic hair, or are they into educating their stylists, like being a team? Like, these are things that I do feel like they should tell us, or tell you all as cosmetology students about, like, how do I look for a salon home? What do I look for in a salon home? How to price your services, the advantage and disadvantage of grouping services or doing a la carte. I do feel like we should teach our students how to how to price your services, like how to price inside the market, but don't cheapen yourself. Because if you from where I'm from, people doing stuff for $20 freaking dollars, okay? So it's like, that's just too low. Like, maybe starting out at like $40 and then growing your way up. But just kind of talking about that, like, how should I price a color corrective service? How should I price chemicals? Like, or should I do a la carte? Because I learned that pricing your service a la carte, you make more money that way. Another one is what to look for in someone you're wanting to assist for. If you know me, you know that I'm a big advocate on how to, but on being an assistant. I feel like when you first get out of hair school, if I were you, I would definitely go into be an assistant, but I'll talk more about that in another video. But anyways, so, I feel like if you're wanting to specialize in color, look for someone who does color well, not just vivid colors, but can they blend and tone very well? Can they do natural and subtle colors very well? Like, or if you're wanting to learn how to do extensions, like, these are things that you want to, like, whatever you want to specialize in, those are what you're supposed to look for. But also look for how they represent themselves. Like, what is their reputation like? Because ultimately, I've learned that someone's reputation 9 times out of 10 be really, really true about them. And when you start working for them, it's like they got a chip on their shoulder. But I'm not going to go into that too much because, that'll be a long video. Anyway, how to treat your client, how to provide great customer service. I feel like cosmetology schools can do a lot better when teaching the students how to cater to a client. Even though you are a student, you should still practice it well. Like, I learned how to cater to a client because I was an assistant, and the lady that I assisted for just didn't play that. But it's like, they should teach the students, like, stop walking so freaking fast. in front of your client, especially like when there are older people, because y'all know a lot of older people do come to get their hair done at the hair school. Like, stop walking so fast. Walk behind them just in case they might stumble across anything, or you just want to show them that you care and that they're not just another dollar, basically. Product knowledge, how to pick great products and color lines. This is so big because I feel like there's so many people out there that don't know product knowledge, meaning like, well, how do I pick the right shampoo and conditioner for my client's hair? Like, what should I be looking for? What ingredients should I be looking for? What's a great color line? Because if you're dealing with either a lot of chocolate people or a lot of people who naturally have very, very dark hair, you're gonna want to know, like, okay, what color lines lift very well without me always having to use lightener to get the result that I would like, or, you know, what are different techniques, you know, just things like that. I feel like they should teach that more. Like, whenever I have to teach the shampoo and conditioning portion of the basics cosmetology, I go all out because that's my jam. I love products. I love finding new shampoo and new conditioners. So if you get me as a teacher in basics, just know we going in when it comes to products, okay? How to do your taxes as an independent contractor. So an independent contractor is someone who's a booth renter or they own a suite. Anybody that your boss is not paying you out a percentage or whatever, you're an independent contractor. I think that's important because a lot of people don't know how to do their taxes. A lot of people don't pay their taxes, and a lot of people be guessing on how to pay their dang on taxes, and they be in trouble. What is an okay percentage to receive when in a commission-based salon? This is huge right here, because sometimes I tell people, like, a commission-based salon is beautiful when you are building a clientele or when you're starting out or when you're jumping back into the game, because unless you have like a second job or you have some money saved up until you really get back on your feet, this is best. But I will say there are certain percentages that I feel like it's a no-go. And there are certain percentages I'm like, okay, cool, we can do something with that. But I feel like if you are in a commission-based salon, you should be asking questions, like, depending on what the percentage is, like, okay, what is included in that? What isn't included in that? So then that way you can go home and you can say, like, okay, I think I can do this because it makes sense based on what's offered and what I have to bring to the table. Because to be honest, all percentages just aren't, you know, it ain't worth it. The next one is how to get insurance as a stylist, how to get insurance for the salon as a booth renter, how to get insurance for your equipment if you're a traveling stylist or beauty service provider. This is super important because I did not even know that stylists needed to have insurance in the salon. Even if you don't own the salon, you need to have insurance as a stylist because your client can get hurt, whether you accidentally hurt her or she accidentally hurt herself. There was a story that one of my instructors had told me about, like how the client was getting ready to either walk in or walk out of the salon, and it was in the winter, and they slipped and fell, and she sued her. And it's like, you need insurance for stuff like that so that you're not the one that's having to pay for this. It's the insurance, or however it works, has to pay for it. So that's very important. Also, if you're a traveling beauty service provider, you need to have insurance on your kit. I remember a few years ago, if you guys were on Instagram, you may know, like, there was this thing going around where, like, a lot of makeup artists were getting their makeup kits stolen, like, out of their car. Well, I'm gonna say out of their car because that was the most stories that I've heard is people having a car. Anyway, so it's like they didn't have insurance, so guess what they had to do? They doing GoFundMe's, and they're asking people, you know, people were donating, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, imagine what you could have saved had you had insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just did, like, you know, your little write-up, and then they sent you out a check. Because we know, like, the longer you do these services over the years, we've collected so many things. A lot of stuff we won't be able to find anymore because it's discontinued, or the company is out of business, or, you know, like, a lot of us have really big name brand stuff. Like, a lot of these makeup artists are using, like, Armani foundations and stuff. That stuff costs a lot. That's a bill. So, you know, just get insurance. And I know a lot of this is like money. I ain't making none, so I'm gonna pay money. That is something that I do want you all to not be stressed about, but I understand because it's a lot when you're first starting out. I hope that this was helpful. If you find anything that you wish that cosmetology schools taught, let me know in the comments. And also, I want to add this. So on the instructor side, I understand why they teach what they teach, because their goal is just to get you to pass the test, not necessarily to prepare you to go into the industry. And I would love for us to change that. Like, why can't we prepare you for the test and prepare you to go into the industry? So anyway, if you like this video, let me know. And remember, it's you that makes you beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.